let's talk about the implications on our republic. This destruction of energy infrastructure with all its downstream effects of blocking exports of helium and sulfur and sulfuric acid, not just natural gas. We're seeing New South Wales and Australia now declaring some kind of emergency and saying that they're going to have energy lockdowns. The Philippines just declared a national emergency based on fuel shortages today. They don't have enough diesel. Thailand has halted about half its shipping fleet. Taiwan is about to run out of gas that powers its grid, and Japan is in dire straits financially and industrially if this continues. I mean, the whole world's going to pay the price for Trump's arrogance, it seems.
Yeah, no, so the damage that's already inflicted is significant, it's substantial, and it's going to, it is going to last at least for the midterm, couple of years. What the shutdown of the liquid natural gas, because Qatar was a major supplier of that, that's now about 25% of the world's supply gone, shut off, no longer available. The oil coming out of the Persian Gulf, about 21% of world consumption supply. And the ones who got the bulk of that were India, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Philippines, and Australia. Gone. There's no way to turn it back on quickly. And connected to that were let's call it the petrochemical side of the house, particularly with respect to the urea that is manufactured out of the natural gas to produce fertilizer. 35% of the world fertilizer supply comes out of Persian Gulf. Well, we are now in the planting season in the Northern Hemisphere. And I'd say, close to 65% of the world landmass of arable land is north of that hemisphere. So if no fertilizer, no planting, no crops. This means that there's, 8 to 10 months from now, there's going to be a food crisis.
Engineered famine. Engineered famine.
An engineered famine, exactly right.
Let me add to that, too, that I think Russia has halted or banned all exports of fertilizer. China has halted all exports of both fertilizer and refined fuel products, including jet fuel, gasoline, diesel. Australia, which is a massive landmass, of course, not that Americans typically know that for some reason, but it's a continent. Australia depends on long-distance trucking and airlines. Heavy transportation. That country's going to suffer first, it seems.
Yeah, so already you're seeing an economic contraction, which is, that's negative economic growth. So I would argue, and once the statistics are collected, and they'll be able to apply the specific definition, if you've got two successive quarters of negative economic growth, then that's a recession. And if it's greater than 10%, that's a depression. So we're well into the recession territory among a number of countries. As I pointed out, Iran's actually doing okay out of this. Russia's doing great. Russia's making upwards of $5 billion a month of additional income now because of its oil, its liquid natural gas, and its fertilizer. But they're also, as they pointed out, we're going to take care of our farmers first, make sure they have enough fertilizer before we go out and try to sell it to the rest of the world.
See, that's what really concerns me, because a lot of the smaller nations, let's say Thailand or Indonesia, for example, or Central and South American nations, they depend heavily on inputs from these other larger nations.
Brazil in particular. Now, Brazil they got a bit of a respite, and they've got some time to figure this out because they're now starting to enter the winter season, so they're harvesting what was planted already. And so they're not going to be going back into an immediate planting season.